Hello, everyone. Welcome to Higher Self Realities. This is Reverend Bilson. Thank you for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to survive among wolves. Jesus' warning. Okay, this world is full of different personalities. Some good, some not so good. At one point in Jesus' ministry, he had some very profound and wise admonition for his followers. And today, I want you to join me as we explore that admonition and we take as much wisdom as we can from that admonition to guide us in our daily life. Because whether we like it or not, there are wolves in our midst. And if we play naive, we are going to regret it. So let's look at what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 10 verse 16. This is part of the passage where Jesus was sending out his 12 apostles on a mission. It included many instructions, and for our purposes, this is some of the things that he told his apostles. So in verse 16 he says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Amen. I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. There are 4 different kinds of animals mentioned here. Of course, Jesus' statement here is metaphorical, but in reality, the warning is about our fellow human beings, about the people we love and care about the people who claim to like us and love us, okay? And so Jesus draws this parallel that if we want to live, not only survive, but even thrive in this world, it's important to realize that we are facing wolves every day in our lives. We come across people who act and think like wolves. And in the midst of wolves, we cannot afford to live like sheep. Okay? It's important, according to Jesus, his admonition is that we should be as harmless as doves and as wise as serpents. The word wise here, properly interpreted, would mean shrewd, okay? To be shrewd, that is extra clever, okay? And harmless can also mean being innocent or remaining pure, a state of purity. But the main purpose of today's video is to look at how we can actually survive in the midst of wolves. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to take from this warning from Jesus Christ? Okay, and that is where we are going to look at next. So stay with me. The first thing that we need to understand, according to what Jesus said, is to think and act like a dove. I'm going to share with you what that means, okay? So I've broken down some of the key points on the screen for you to make it easier for you. If you want to even copy some of the points for your own edification, that's great. But to think and act like a dove means, among other things, the following: live above the fray. Often in life, we allow ourselves to get entangled in conflict after conflict, argument after argument, debate after debate. All of these things drain our energies. We become entangled in a web of dark energies, and we get drawn, pulled down by these dense, harmful, and definitely unhelpful energies. So Jesus says, like a dove, fly. Okay, stay within your height, fly above the chaos. You can't always have an ideal life. We don't live in an ideal world. So you are always at some point going to get your hands dirty. You're going to get involved in things you didn't even plan to get involved in. There is some chaos in this world, whether we like it or not. In fact, it's also the occasional chaos that makes life a little bit more adventurous and exciting. But there are conflicts and situations that ultimately hurt us emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes even physically. So we need to think and act like a dove according to Jesus's advice. What this means is we should choose our battles carefully. We shouldn't get entangled in people's drama, family drama, the drama in the classroom, drama in the workplace. There are too many negative people around. The world is difficult as it is, but when you are around too many people who are difficult to deal with, you need to think very smart to preserve your own sanity and your well-being. So guard also, to think and act like a dove means guard your good name and your reputation. The dove is a symbol of purity and innocence. And Jesus here is trying to get our attention to really understand the importance of adopting dove-like qualities in our dealings with people. If we really want to thrive or survive in this world, we need to keep our reputation as unsullied as possible, because our good name is everything. In fact, the Bible even says somewhere in the book of Proverbs that good name is better than riches. Your good name is your brand. Life is about brand. Whether we like it or not, we are always marketing ourselves consciously and unconsciously. Your name, what impression people have of you, is your brand. And we need to be like a dove who lives above, who lives above reproach to the best of our ability. So we need to also live and let live. The dove allows people to be whatever they want to be. The dove hardly interferes in the lives of other animals, in the lives of other people. We need to learn to mind our business. If we do these things, we'll be able not only to survive in this world, but also thrive and live out our purpose. Let's look at the serpent. According to Jesus, if we want to survive and thrive in this world, we need to think and act like a serpent. You won't believe this coming from Jesus Christ, all right? Because a lot of people are left with this image or impression of Jesus as some extraordinarily kind individual who wouldn't be saying these things. But here is the master talking to us about these things, because at the end of the day, life is about balance. Life is about balance, and when we live in this chaotic world, we need to know how to really live, because there are unfortunately people around us who are determined to take advantage of us, and we need to be very smart and clever and allow the wisdom of God to guide us. So to think and act like a serpent means learn to stay under the radar. Some attention is good, but sometimes, especially in this age of social media, we get too much attention than we even need in our lives. And to be able to survive and really thrive in this world, we need to learn when it's time to really stay under the radar, like a serpent, like a snake. Be elusive, slippery, and very quick. Also, to think and act like a serpent means we need to have the courage and the confidence and the determination to be able to strike back if people step on us. There are people who would take advantage of us. There are people who will take us for a ride, people who will defraud us, who would scam us, who would try to deceive us and lie us and lure us into dangerous entanglements and dangerous situations. When people mess with us, Jesus is saying it is okay to strike back. You need to have the mentality of a serpent. You don't go out looking for trouble. That part belongs to the idea of being like a dove. But when people bring you trouble that you didn't call for, you need to have the courage and the fierceness to stand up for yourself and strike back in self-defense. Being able to defend yourself is your divine birthright, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Also, to think and act like a serpent means it's important to stay attuned to your environment, to blend in. You look at the life of the snake, of the serpent. This animal blends in with the environment. His ears are on the ground, and it's very attuned. His antennae are very sensitive. He's very sensitive to what is happening around him. So we need to sharpen our situational awareness and be aware of our surroundings, of our environment. Environment here isn't just trees and rivers and things like that, but the environment includes our emotional environment, the emotions that different people bring into our lives, okay? The ideas that people bring into our lives, the personalities, the different personalities we must deal with on a daily basis. These all form what we call our environment, and we need to be abreast with the times and keep up with the times, keep up with the changing times, and learn from the serpent, who is very much a part of his environment. So we shouldn't, we should avoid the danger of living separate from our environment. We are part of nature. Whether we like it or not, we are part of this world. We are part of different relationships, and we need to be very attuned to what is happening around us, so that we can not only survive but also thrive and be able to protect our interests, especially against the wolves of this world who go around looking for the unsuspecting ones to prey upon. Okay, so these are the two main things that Jesus is talking to us about when he says that I am sending you forth as sheep among wolves. Therefore, be as wise as serpents and as harmless as doves. So we are now going to look at the last section for today, where I'm going to give you, if you like, a summary form of, or the takeaway, the key takeaways of what Jesus said and everything that I've also been sharing with you so far in this video. So here are the key takeaways, okay? This is very important. Never remain a sheep. Upgrade yourself. Jesus was saying, I'm sending you as sheep among wolves. But he wasn't saying that I want you to stay as sheep. Okay? That's why he said, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Because he knew that if you stay and think and act like a sheep in this world, you are going to regret it. Okay? So sheep are harmless by nature, but they are also naive. Jesus is therefore telling us to guard against naivete in the name of being kind and gentle and compassionate. This means that sheep can easily be manipulated, exploited, and destroyed. It's unwise, therefore, to face the world with the mindset of a sheep. You need the combined mindset of the dove and the serpent if you want to survive and thrive in today's world. Remember, bad things happen to good and nice people. You might be minding your business, being kind, warm, generous, compassionate, sympathetic, and very nice. And yet, trouble or misfortune can find you when people target you because they take your niceness and your kindness as a form of weakness. In the animal world, animals who project weakness become the prey. If you act and think like sheep, people will treat you like sheep. They will prey on you and ultimately they will devour you. Wolves come in different faces and sizes. They pretend to be on our side. That is why it is said that there are wolves who appear with sheep clothing. Okay, they appear as people who can be trusted, like for example, family, friends, colleagues, classmates, co-workers, and even church members. But people often have their own agenda. Whether we admit this or not, this is the fact. And when they have their own agenda, this agenda might include taking advantage of us. To survive, therefore, in this world, it's important that we heed Jesus' warning. I have broken down his warning into this simple statement. You can memorize it and use it as a guide for your life. Be gentle as a dove, but dangerous as a serpent. And there is nothing wrong with that. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your continual viewership. This is Reverend Bilson. I look forward to seeing you again soon. If you have enjoyed today's video, if you have gained any benefit from it at all, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Share this content with as many people as possible to help this channel to grow. And give us a like and let us hear from you in the comment section. Also, if you are interested in religious or spiritual articles based on the scripture or the Bible, visit my blog at stephenbilson.com for more resources and articles. I'll see you again soon. Stay blessed. Bye now.